Hello everyone and welcome back to Arctic Retro. In this video I'm gonna take a look at something special and rather fun. I'm gonna take a look at this one which I got recently. If you have followed my channel, you know that I mainly do restoration works and repairs of old computers and gaming consoles. I'm not too focused about gaming itself, and whenever I do game, I actually like to play some of the old retro games from back in the 80s and 90s. However, to play those old retro games, you have to deal with a lot of stuff. Either you have to use emulators or actually use the old retro computers that you have or gaming consoles. And if you want to play emulators, you need to use a computer, and it's hard to hook it up to your television and find the controllers to use with it. Or if you are interested in one particular type of retro games, you could buy the modern variants of those. There's a lot of those, but if you want to have all those, it costs a lot and you have a lot of devices around. So this product here promises to fix all that and give you all the games you need from the 70s up to the 90s in one system. So this box was recently sent to me by a company that wanted me to test it out and give it a review. And I'm not being sponsored by them. They sent me this device for free and I can do and say whatever I want. So let's go ahead and do a little unboxing first. Fear not, I will come back to all the details about this system, who made it and what it is and everything, and of course I want to test it out and play some games. Okay, look at that, it's Haribo Gold Beers. But there's a PS4 controller. Yeah, that's one of the things with this system, it supports almost any kind of controller. And here we have another 8-bit Do Pro 2 Bluetooth gamepad. Okay, looks nice. And here we have a bag of more goodies. More Haribo. Oh, those look nice. Then we have the main item. Yeah, and this is big and heavy. Alright, so there you have it. There is the retro gaming console. Looks very nice. I like black, very stylish. HDMI, USB ports. Let's take a look at the side. Nothing much there. Back side. So this looks like a little computer, like a PC obviously. It is probably that. So here we have regular IEC power input, power switch, HDMI and VGA, and more USB ports and network interface. Looks very nice. I'm really excited to take this out for a test, but before that let's take a look at what it actually is and what it can offer. The retro gaming console is made by a company called Boutique Retrogaming in Valence in France, and here's their website, and it's all in France, which I don't understand much of, but they are working on an English version of the webpage right now, so we can take a look at that. And here we can read a little bit about the console. It's 115 consoles in one. It has maximal compatibility. You can adapt it to yourself, and it works on all screens and should be very easy and ready to play, plug and play. intuitive and scalable, and you have a large choice of retro games. They have different kinds of retro consoles. They have smaller handheld ones and a little bit bigger ones. They also sell all kinds of retro gaming stuff that you need to play, like adapters and controllers and memory cards, all sorts. Now, this is the one that I got, the Retrobox Console 8, and that's the biggest and most expensive one. Yeah, it says it has 75,000 games, and it is in fact a AMD Ryzen 5600 processor with an AMD Radeon Vega 7 graphics card and yeah, 32 gigabytes of memory. So that's quite a powerful computer, and it is of course possible to install Windows on this. It even comes with a blank 256 gigabyte SSD hard drive that you can use to install Windows 10 or 11. And it has 114 playable systems. As well as the SSD hard drive, it also comes with an 8 terabyte hard drive full of stuff. And here you find a list of the 75,000 games it has. And it's ranging from the Atari 2600 from the 70s up to the PlayStation 3. Here's a list of all those 75,000 games. So yeah, here we're into the Amiga 1200, which you recently saw my Amiga 1200 getting restored and fixed. And as I said, this is not the cheap Chinaware retro console. This is quality, and depending on the options you select, it costs around 1,000 euros. You will find the links to these sites in the description. Alright, it's time to take it for a test and see how easy it is to set it up. I'm gonna hook it up to my lab television here, which works with almost everything. Later I'm gonna take it down to my living room where I have a big TV and a hi-fi system. So let's first hook it up here. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of connecting the HDMI cable and the power, and you're ready to go. It also has a display port here if you have a DisplayPort screen, and a VGA if you have an old VGA monitor. As I mentioned, I am not really a gaming channel. I am more into the hardware and fixing and restoration of old computers and game consoles. But if you want to follow my channel and see what I do, then I would appreciate a like and a subscribe. And if you're new to retro gaming, there's a lot of good retro gaming channels on YouTube, so just search a little bit around. So now I place the console over here where it's not in the way of my TV, the form factor and size. Yeah, it's quite easy to place it. I mean, it would be better if it was half the height, then it would fit like a normal CD player or something like that in your TV bench. But I guess with a powerful computer like this, that wouldn't be possible. But you could easily hide it under your bench or behind your TV if you have a little bit larger table. So I'm gonna take this PS4 controller out of the box, and that's the one I'm gonna test with. Back in the day when I did some consoles gaming, in modern day I had Xboxes, and I still have an Xbox One which I use from time to time. Hey, it's almost like a Christmas Eve, getting all these great presents, and yeah, this one actually looks and feels really good. Yeah. It's not cheap design, it's quite heavy. I don't know what this is. This is a wired controller obviously, and it uses USB, so just gonna insert it there on the front. You can of course use those ports on the back. I'm gonna test the wireless controller afterwards, and I even gonna test an Xbox controller that I have, see if that one's working. Okay, I'm gonna set my TV to HDMI 1, which is the input I used. Filming a screen like this is never ideal because you don't see the real resolution and quality of the picture, and also you can get artifacts and things, disturbances because of the sync rate of the screen compared with the camera you're filming with. Okay, enough with the talking, let's power this on. It has a mains power switch on the back, and on the front here you have the actual power switch. Okay, look at that, it has a nice flashy LED fan. Okay, so the machine went right into BIOS, and here we can see that it's AMD Ryzen 5, and it has 16 gigabytes of RAM. The web page said 32 gigabytes, but I guess 16 gigs is enough for most purposes when it comes to retro gaming. But I didn't expect it to go right into BIOS. I was expecting that it was already set up and booted right into what I want. Aha, now I see. You're supposed to insert the memory stick that comes with it. This has the Batocera software that is used to run this gaming console. Now we're talking, we're in. Okay, the instructions could have been a little bit clearer on that. But obviously you can probably install this software onto the hard drive if you want, so that you don't need to use the memory stick. Okay, what do we got here? Let's check out. Okay, yeah. Controller works right away. Windows games, Wii U. Here's everything. TI-99 4A, that's really old computer that I have featured on my channel. But obviously I need to find Commodore 64. I think I'm going the wrong direction. Oh, here we have Amiga, CD-TV, Amstrad, Apple II. Now we're talking. Atari 800. Okay, here we have Commodore 64. So I talked a little bit with the guys who make this console, and yeah, it's supposed to be empty. The hard drive is full of games, but it doesn't have an operating system. You are free to install Windows or any other operating systems on it if you like, because there's an empty SSD drive in it. But in order to boot and run the software without an operating system, you can use a memory stick like this. And check out this little remote control. It's for the fan LED. So yeah, isn't that cool? Adjust the brightness, and you have a mode. It can flash. I think I have it like that. Okay, we tested some games, and now let's check out the system. And when you're in the main menu, you can press the menu button, and you have this quick access. You can launch a screensaver, view the user manual, you can restart the system or shut down. And on the main menu, the other menu button, you have game settings, controller and Bluetooth settings, user interface settings. So yeah, let's check the system settings. Obviously I want to have the image stretch like this, where it fills the whole screen, a widescreen. But I want to see if there's some adjustments to when you run the games. So here I think I found the setting for that, game settings, video mode. So yeah, you have auto. I'm gonna say max 1920 times 1080, maybe that's better. Then you have some game renders. You can emulate scan lines. I'm not a fan of that, so I actually don't want any shaders. Okay, now let's check out the Commodore 64 again, see if the scaling of the picture got better. Yeah, it looks better. Scan lines are now gone. Still has something hidden in the top. You can also go into each individual emulator configuration and change things. For example, if I for the Commodore 64 want a particular emulator or setting, I can choose that here. Set the video mode, for example, and yeah, for example, let's you try that. Yeah, now it works better like Commodore 64. You set down the resolution, so yeah. Now we see the full image of the Commodore 64. Well, this is kind of a poor game, so yeah, looks to be written in BASIC. It's not particularly fast. Yeah, break-in 6. Anyway, there seems to be a tremendous amount of things you can configure here, and yeah, you can change different themes if you want something else. Let's try this one. Now it puts into another theme. Yeah, this is more like a list, not that fancy graphics, but yeah, okay, let's see what we have here. Dreamcast, Game & Watch. Cool. Game Boy Advance. So all kinds of game consoles from the past. Let's try a little PlayStation 3. I think that's the most recent emulator on this system. Okay, it goes into some emulator user interface here. So here you got 1943. A little bit better graphics. I said 1943, I meant 1942. So yeah, it's the French version. Alright, this is cool. This is my kind of game. Okay, let's try a little good old Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Yeah, I think it's everything. Why don't we try 1942 on that as well? So we need to select Kempston by pressing 1. Okay, and the controller works. That one just hung. I'm not sure what happened, and none of the buttons on the controller work anymore. I can use the keyboard to switch windows, but I think the system crashed. Yeah, but that the Batocera system seems to be very powerful. I have never actually used it before. I haven't heard about it, I think. I mean, you get similar retro game systems, for example, for the Raspberry Pi. You can run on Linux and Windows, but yeah, this seems to be very nice and has a lots of features and of course a little bit more powerful emulators. Let's try the Sinclair ZX81 3D Monster Maze. So I had to type run in order for it to start. Okay, you can actually use the controller to move around. Don't have to use the keyboard. Okay, footsteps approaching. Oh, I was eaten. It's time to test it out on my big TV down here in the living room, and I have a 65-inch LCD screen here. I just hooked it up to one available HDMI input, and that's all. This is just a temporary setup. I'm thinking about removing that speaker over there down in the cabinet. I'm not using it, so that will fit nicely with this and give it a little bit room to breathe. Yeah, that looks nice. I have it hooked up via the AV receiver that has a lot of HDMI inputs. And that way I also get the audio via the big speakers. I found my spot here in the sofa, and yeah, I'm gonna try some of the newer emulators like the VU. Alright, so this is the modern variant of Pac-Man. So there's really a lot of fairly modern games, like this Sega Saturn. What do we have here? Over 600 games. Let's do a little bit of fighting.
Fight! 1, ready, go!
Okay. Then of course we have the PlayStation Portable, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2 games, and there's a lot of games there as well.
Crowds over there!
Seuls mots d'ordre doivent être Rub.
This is a PlayStation 3 version. Yeah, that was really a great experience. This works very well on my big TV as expected. There's a built-in small user manual here. If you press the select button and view user manual, you get this simple overview here of the different buttons and options and how to navigate. For those of you that loves the Apple II computer, there's a lot of games for it here. Not gonna go into and test any of those, but yeah. They provided this small 150 megabits TP-Link wireless N nano USB adapter. I'm gonna install that. This one just plugs into a USB port. I'm gonna plug it in the back. That came with a driver CD for Windows, but we don't have Windows. Let's see how it works with Batocera, which actually runs on Linux. Let's see now, network settings. Let's see now, enable Wi-Fi. So now it is enabled and I need to enter my Wi-Fi information. That's the one, and the password. Now that's set up. Didn't get an IP address yet. Okay, now it says Wi-Fi enabled. I got an IP address. Nice. Alright, that was a little bit of games. Now, if you are like me, you're probably curious about how this looks inside and what we find inside it. So I thought I'll just open it now and take a look inside. This looks like a completely normal mini ITX cabinet, probably is. So one screw on the side, then just pull it straight out. So there we have it. That's the big hard drive with all the games on it, and that's mini ITX motherboard down there, and I can see that only 2 of the 4 RAM slots are taken, so this can be upgraded more. Obviously this is power supply, takes up most of the space, and there is the fan with those fancy lights on it, and this is a 8 terabyte hard drive. That's quite a big one. No, I don't see any point in taking this further apart. Just a standard ITX motherboard, CPU under here, and a big ass heatsink there, and probably some big fan also there under the power supply. And down there you can see the SSD. It's a M2 Ultra M2, and there's one expansion slot for a PCIe 2, so you can add additional hardware to this. If you buy a console from the boutique Retrogaming, you get 2 years warranty, and they also provide full assistance by email and phone in case of any problems. Funnily enough, they refer to this console as the museum of video games, because it's full of all games inside and ready to play out of the box. A little bit about the guys behind the boutique Retrogaming. There are some Retrogaming fans from France that started to make arcade machines back when the first mini consoles became trendy, and yeah, just after the NES Mini came, and they decided to make something themselves. And their final goal is to make customers happy, to enjoy a blast from the past, and to provide the best possible product. They have been working on these systems for 6 years and are continuously improving it. Now, if you want to have a console like this in your living room and you want to sit in your sofa and play, you might not want to have cables all over the place like with this. So there comes this, the wireless controller, and it uses Bluetooth, and it's for different kinds of systems, and also this little Bluetooth adapter. So I'm gonna take this for a test, and yeah, you can avoid the cables. Just plug that little dongle in the USB port. I'm gonna put it on the back side later. Okay, looks nice. Looks to be of good quality as well. This feels kind of heavy, and yeah, good plastic. And a little instructions manual, and yeah, charging cable, because this runs on batteries. Yes, it has a little rechargeable battery there. You can probably use a standard AAA or AA batteries as well. Just gonna charge it a little bit first. There's some kind of crazy music playing in the background of this. I'm not really sure what kind of music it is, and if you can change that. Anyway, let's configure the Bluetooth settings then. Here we have pair a Bluetooth device. So now it's searching for devices, pairing Pro controller, it says. Okay, now it found it. 8-bit Do Pro 2 connected. So now it actually detected 2 gamepads detected. Hold a button on your device to configure it. So we need to set up and press the things. So just press the corresponding buttons here. Okay, so now this is set up, so that was quite easy. Nice. Feels quite sturdy, and yeah, good. It has force feedback, it vibrates. A little Atari 2600. Yeah, this feels really good. The controls are real good. So I try to adjust on my TV so that I can actually see the whole picture, but somehow it is a little bit too big for my TV in this setting. Widescreen. Okay, unscaled seems to be the correct. Now I can see the whole screen. Fantastic. If you want to go back to a saved state, you can press X here on the menu, and yeah, here too the save state from the Commodore 64 emulator is not there. But I did save the state on this Sega Saturn game I just played, so you select that and then you're back where you saved. Anyway, that was some of the functions, and yeah, they are listed here in the instructions manual, and there's a few more that I didn't mention. You have translation, you can translate the screen, different languages. You can fast forward and rewind in games, speed up the game if it's running too slow. You can play over the net on some games, and some of the games also have some achievements system. Also how to modify and install updates and things like that. Now for compatibility with the controls, the Battle Zero system seems to be compatible with most. However, I have this Xbox controller and I really like those. It is wireless, but this system does not support a wireless original Xbox controller. At least I could not connect it, but obviously you have a USB connection as well, so let's try that. Yeah, that worked. Detected it as Microsoft Xbox One. One issue here is that the labeling on the controller is not the same as in the configuration here, so X is Y and vice versa. Alright, so now this is usable as well. Works fine. Nice. So that's quite amazing that this machine can emulate an Xbox, and you can play the original Halo game on it. Some of the games are a French version, like this one. However, I talked to the guys behind this project and they say they will replace a lot of the French games with English when they announce their English version. So now I thought I'd just try to do a little video capture onto my PC here from the retro game console. So now I'm capturing from the Retrobox, and I even added the webcam. So yeah, it seems to work fine. Let's see if we can play a little game here. Let's try some Super Nintendo. Capturing audio too. Let's check out some Commodore 64 games just to hear the audio and see the screen recording. Here's Commando again. Alright, with the Commando on the C64 I finish off this video. It's been a great experience. The device works just fine. That retro game console is amazing, and yeah, It worked flawlessly for the most part. Some issues with some emulators and some games, but there will always be like that, since they all are different, and yeah, all the games have a very different setup. So if you have a fairly powerful computer, you obviously can download the Batocera Linux system yourself and install it on a memory stick and run it on that computer. But obviously you need to find all that games, and you have to find the setup, and everything needs to be configured, which is already done on this machine. There's a 8 terabyte hard drive full of games, and everything is set up and working quite nicely. So if you have the technical knowledge and the time, you can do it yourself. And the form factor is kind of nice. I really like the box. Alright, that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the content. And I just want to say thanks to the Retro Boutique for sending me this console. And just want to say thanks for watching, and a special thanks to my patrons. See you, bye bye.
struggle against the Goma shall come to an end tonight. O powerful demigods, purge our world of the impure Goma. The life-giving mantra is working. Faithful people of Shinkoku, offer your prayers. They will become mantra to aid us in battle.
Tonight, the impure have defiled and scorched our land. But it is we who shall live to see tomorrow's light. Legion of demigods, heed your priestess's words and purify our land once and for all.
Let us offer Gaia the greatest blessing in the name of Emperor Strata. May the mantra guide you to victory. Majesty's power, you shall be reincarnated in a golden paradise and rejoice in prosperity for all eternity.
Ruthless scum! I'll kill you!
All right, I'm ready.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Emmett Brown. I'm standing on the parking lot at Twin Pines Mall. It's Saturday morning, October 26th, 1985, 1:18 a.m. And this is temporal experiment number 1. Come on, Einie. Hey, boy, get in there. That boy. In you go. Get down. Get your seatbelt on. That's it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay.
Please note that Einstein's clock is in precise synchronization with my control watch. Got it?
Right, check, Doc.
Good. Have a good trip, Einstein. Watch your head.
You got that thing hooked up to the car?
Watch this.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Not me. The car. The car. If my calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit. Watch this, watch this. What did I tell you? 88 miles per hour! The temporal displacement occurred at exactly 1:20 a.m. and 0 seconds!
Ah, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Doc. You disintegrated Einstein.
Calm down, Marty. I didn't disintegrate anything. The molecular structure of both Einstein and the car are completely intact.
Where the hell are they?
The appropriate question is, when the hell are they? You see, Einstein has just become the world's first time traveler. I sent him into the future. 1 minute into the future, to be exact. And at precisely 1:21 a.m. and 0 seconds, we shall catch up with him and the time machine.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made the flux dispersal. Look out!
Doc?
Huh, that's peculiar.
Where's the car, Doc?
It should have caught up with us 27 seconds ago.
Doc, what happened to Einstein?
No need for concern. It's probably just a minor miscalibration of the time circuits. Marty, could you get my notebook? It should be in the toolbox.
Notebook. Got it. Flux capacitor?
That's it!
What the heck's a flux capacitor?
My latest invention. The thing that makes time travel possible. In this notebook, I've detailed the nearly 3 decades of scientific breakthroughs necessary to build a working time machine. Traffic!
ここはウェルテクス大陸の西部を治める国シュベールト王国。農業を生業とする穏やかな気風の国だが、モンスターと呼ばれる異形の者が跋扈し、人民に多大な被害を与えていた。尊き命が失われることを嘆いた王は軍を設立し、国内各地に兵団を配置して人々を守っていた。だがそれでも被害はなくならない。王をはじめ多くの人民が悲嘆に暮れていたその時、一人の姫が剣を取った。美しくも惜しく戦場をかけるその姫を人々は戦。
お兄ちゃん、お待たせ。
休んでる。
合点承知。
Let me tell you about the man I met when I was still young. 10 years ago, our country faced the greatest threat it had ever known. The FSA was attacked by the Imperials, a military group of fascists who respected nothing, not even the laws of life and death. A soldier was sent in and managed to stop them. He saved us all. He saved me. But people forget. At first, the public was grateful, then they grew distrustful. Before long, they turned on people like him. Mechanically enhanced soldiers, bionic commandos. They called them dangerous, crazy, not fully human. Bionics became a public menace. Eventually, the politicians pulled the plug. Bionic soldiers were purged, stripped of their bionic parts like they were machines. Some of them died, others ran. And the man that saved my life, he ended up on death row for the murders of men I had sent him to kill. Sentenced to death. And ready for the end. This is where our story begins. Spencer, he finally arrived. Let him go.
I stopped the execution! You put me in prison in the first place! I followed your orders! I got you out! What the hell do you want with me?
Pro-bionic terrorists detonated a weapon of mass destruction in Ascension City this morning. People are dead, Spencer. Hundreds of thousands. Maybe millions. What's left of the city has been occupied. Infantry, Air Force. Nothing we've sent in has come back out. We need to get behind their lines and find out what's going on.
I'm not a soldier of the FSA anymore.
We believe the terrorists to be ex-Imperials, and some of our own men. Rogue bionics. You're the only one with experience tackling both. We're sending you into the city to scout the area and help us track down those responsible.
Like hell you are.
I'm just a man, Spencer. I can't give you the last 5 years back, but I can give you this.
What the fuck does this have to do with Emily?
I have information about her disappearance. I can help you find her. The clock is ticking on this, Spencer. Are you in or out?
You've still got one problem.
That's been taken care of.
Permission to launch delivery.
You are go for delivery, CS1.
Package delivered. Heading home.
Rest of me land.
No sign of the impact site yet.
Stop immediately! It's bone pressing time!
How on earth did you get through the perimeter?
Nothing new to report.
One of your members radioed. Hey!
We're all here, Overwatch. Everything checks out. Over.
Nailed ya!
I've still got it.
Come in, ground team. Ground team, come in. Ground team. Ground team. Damn, we lost him.
Whoa! What the hell?
Come in, ground team. This is Overwatch.
This is ground team. I read you loud and...
Who are you?
to Overwatch. Come in, Overwatch.
Identify yourself!
Home base. This is garbage.
Chew on that!
Yes, I know it's unexpected.
Access granted.
What does?
This is gonna hurt.
Your bionic arm can reach and attach to a surface if the attach reticle turns blue. Jump and attach.
Someone new.
survived that plane crash, but I've never been one to question Providence. I'm Atlas, and I aim to keep you alive. Now keep on moving. We're gonna have to get you to higher ground. Take a deep breath and step out of the bathysphere. I won't leave you twisting in the wind. We're gonna need to draw her out of hiding, but you're gonna have to trust me. Just a bit further. How do you like that, sister? would you kindly find a crowbar or something? Bloody splicer, seal Johnny in before they... Goddamn splicers. Steady now. Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine.
This little fish looks like he just had his cherry popped. Wonder if he's still got some Adam on him. Let's buck. Weak! You're a weak chopper. This little fish ain't worth towing it with no big daddy. Yellow! Always have been! You'll be no better off with metal daddy, little fish. See you floating from my knee.
Look, Mr. Bubbles, it's an angel. I can see light coming from his belly. Wait a minute, he's still breathing. It's alright. I know he'll be an angel soon.
You alright, boyo? First time plasmid's a real kick from a mule, but there's nothing like a fistful of lightning now, is there?
Tell Ryan I'm sorry. No,
Yeah! Report me! Fuck! Hey!
I've got a family. I need to get them out of here. But the splicers have cut me off from them. If you can reach them in Neptune's bounty, then maybe, just maybe... I know you must feel like the unluckiest man in the world right now, but you're the only hope I'll ever see my wife and child again. Go to Neptune's bounty. Find my family, please.
To sing this song. Hush now. Mommy's gone. And Daddy too. Wait. This is happening. Baby and me! Baby and me! Oh.
Plasma's changed everything. They destroyed our bodies, our minds. We couldn't handle it. Best friends butchering one another. Babies strangled in cribs. The whole city went to hell.
I'll do what I want. It's my Adam. I didn't care.
You want this, or you want this nice?
Would I feel this way?
Open the damn door!
If this is a flaw, then why do I?
Last time, I warned you.
And what makes my head?
Careful now. Would you kindly lower that weapon for a minute? You think that's a child down there? Don't be fooled. She's a little sister now. Somebody went and turned a sweet baby girl into a monster. Whatever you thought about right and wrong on the surface, well, that don't count for much down in Rapture. Those little sisters, they carry Adam, the genetic material that keeps the wheels of Rapture turning. Everybody wants it, everybody needs it. That's the big daddy. She gathers Adam. He keeps her safe.
The party's over now. The dawn is drawing very nigh. Let's keep away from the day and allow me to say goodbye.
The darling is at oh, dead!
If you spot a splicer in the water, hit him with the electrobolt.
Vehicle shot, man! So's the driver! Let's find that safe house!
Eagle, this is Echo. Come in. No good. This canyon's blocking our signal. We gotta move to higher ground.
Up there! That radio tower!
Good eyes. That's our target. Let's move! Remember the rules of engagement, Grayson. None of that John Wayne bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
One of us ought to be giving the orders instead of these politicians. Get ready!
Man down! Take cover!
Please select your character, Ragnar the Blood Age. The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
What's the matter?
Counter. Counter.
I won't.
Counter.
Air attack.
Nico.
Here. Area
Counter.
Critical super crash.
Counter.
Kimmy.
Counter.
Kimmy. This is. I won't.
Counter.
Entertain. I see right through you. Wait. How sloppy.
Rebel 2. Action.
Bleach. Soul Resurrection.
After the war at the Soul Society, Ichigo Kurosaki returns to the world of the...
Let's go! This is Hueco Mundo. Not very cheery. There's nothing here.
Hey, look at that.
A castle. No, it's a palace? This must be Aizen's hideout, Las Noches.
Alright, let's go!
This is not a very hospitable welcome.
There's no time to waste. Let's keep going. Let's go!
So, you want to hear another story, huh? One where the very fate of Pandora hangs in the balance? If not, too bad, I'm telling you anyway. First, there was the vault, an alien prison opened with a mystical key. To the warriors who opened it, the vault was just a container of tentacles and disappointment. They vanished into the wastelands, certain that the vault held no treasure at all. They were wrong. The vault's opening triggered the growth of iridium, a priceless alien element. Soon, the rare and valuable mineral emerged all across Pandora. Its appearance attracted many, including the Hyperion Corporation. They came to Pandora to mine iridium and bring order to the savage planet. Through their excavations, Hyperion uncovered evidence of an even greater vault. Their leader vowed to find it, to use its power to civilize the borderlands, once and for all. But Hyperion weren't the only ones searching for the next vault's alien power. The call of danger and loot is not so easily resisted. Certain warriors came to Pandora in droves to uncover its hidden secrets. Some would call them adventurers. Others call them fools. But I call them vault hunters. Our story begins with them, and with a man named Handsome Jack.
It's cute that y'all think you're the heroes of this little adventure, but you're not. Welcome to Pandora, kiddos.
Great. Another dead Vault Hunter. Handsome Jackson. Busy. Wait a minute. You're not dead! Yes! Now I can get off this glacier. Claptrap, your metaphorical ship has finally come in. Allow me to introduce myself. I am a CL4P TP steward bot, but my friends call me Claptrap. Or they would if any of them were still alive, or had existed in the first place. Oh, I've got something for you. Here, take this echo communicator that I totally didn't loot from one of these corpses. It comes with a Class 12 heads-up display, complete with a mini-map. Now, come, friend. Let's get you inside. Man, this is great! Now that I've met a mighty Vault Hunter, I can finally join the Resistance and Sanctuary, take vengeance against Jack for killing my product line, and repair my central processor so I stop thinking out loud! I wonder what it's like to have a belly button. Over here!
I'll explain everything soon, but know this. You're alive for a reason, and I am here to help you.
Let's go this way! Well done! Your ability to walk short distances without dying will be Handsome Jack's downfall. And open! Just a little added security. Gotta keep those bullymongs at bay, or they'll rip your eyes out. Sorry about the mess. Everything Jack kills, he dumps here. Bandits, Vault Hunters, Claptrap units. If I sound pleased about this, it's only because my programmers made this my default tone of voice. I'm actually quite depressed. Now, the creatures around here are dangerous. None more than this bullymong named Knuckle Dragger. Killed everyone I know. Anywho, I keep a pistol in the cabinet over there for emergencies. But in here, we should be pretty safe. The gun in the cabinet. Oof.
Once upon a time, 4 Vault Hunters changed Pandora forever. But their time has passed. Thanks to Handsome Jack, Pandora needs a new hero. I know that hero is you.
Apart from the excruciating pain, this is great! I've been waiting for a
Mum, at least slow down. Is it Mum knocking down those trees? Mum, stop destroying the forest. You're gonna hurt someone, like me. Stop, Mum! Here's a fine weapon. These stones look like they must do something. Maybe I have to step on them in a certain way. A bow! Got it! They unlocked another door. Ah, targets. I need just one. Come back, please. Ugh, so much jumping. I can't keep chasing her. Oh, this is all that witch's fault. The will-o'-the-wisps. They'll lead me back to the witch's cottage. Then I can make her change Mum back. Mum had her own plans for my life. She didn't even care what I wanted, so I ran away. And I found myself at the witch's cottage. These stones are amazing. I wonder if Dad's ever seen them.